Right, here we go. We've got the Pure Base 500 by Be Quiet. And they also sent over some 140mm fans and 120mm fans. And guess what? I don't need to do a review on them. So I've already done a review on the black ones because the black and white ones are exactly the same, but you just can get them in white. So these are these are Shadow. Did I say Pure Wings? I hope I didn't. Shadow Wings 2. So those are 120s, and then they're all both PWM, and these are 140s. We're going to get them out, but there's going to be no build today. So if you're looking for a build, come back another time. But the whole point about this review is we've got the Pure Base 500 case, and it was in the Compitex Showdown. So there's those people raving about it, and that is it. Now, I'm going to get it out of the box, and I'm happy already because it's not got that static electricity thing going on. I can see it straight away. So let's get this unboxing done. So let's chuck the box that way. No static electricity so far. That's not bad. I asked Be Quiet to send me over all the cases, and they ignored me and just sent me one. Talk about greedy or what? No, I'm joking. But I did want to see their other cases, see what the colours are like. As you can see, this case is a little beast, and I like it very much already. I think it's very good looking, like me. It's cool. Anyway, I'm going to undo these 4 screws, and then we're going to talk about this actual case itself. Now, the thumb screws, where you go, mate? The thumb screws are like, keep rolling away as you can see. But they're all kind of the same. But this case looks completely nearly different from all the other ones. Right, so first off, we've got the glass and it's got plastic on it. Oh, okay. They've gone for a very clean look. There's no tint to it at all, as you can see. Looks really quite cool. And you've got the white border around there, but the white is actually painted on the inside of the glass, so you should know which one it is. And it just looks very clean. So we're going to put this to one side so we don't break it. Right, I love the look at it. Be Quiet have done something that's actually affordable. This case will cost you £80. Now, I did get this case on the day of release, but I didn't get the review out because I was going to get a motherboard and obviously put it in there, but I never got the motherboard because I didn't know what motherboard and CPU to use with it. And every motherboard that I've got was really big. And plus, there was a company that messed me about, which I'm going to make a video about. If you want to check that out, comment down below if you want to see me like go into this company and who you should buy from and who you shouldn't buy from. That would be a good video. Anyway, we've got the Be Quiet case here. And it's really, really freaking annoying. Why have you put black fans in there in a white case? Even though it does look pretty cool. I would have put the white fans in there, which are right here. Look at the difference. Whoa, yeah. That looks pretty cool. Actually, the whites. This is quite more of a shiny white. Anyway, we've got PWM right there. So the back of this case, this is DC. And we've got a 140mm Pure Wings 2 fan there. Anyway, as you know, that these fans are super quiet, even if they're the older ones. But I've already tested these and they're super quiet in a video I'd done a while back. In fact, let me talk about this fan for a minute. What I've noticed is that these haven't got a rubber bit on the front or back, but these have got a rubber shock absorption. That's the one. I'll nearly get there in the end. Right, so we've got the rubber bit there on the front to stop any vibrations and stuff, and you've got one on the back depending on what you're going to be placing it on, in the case or on the AIO rad. It depends. And then you've got these rubber bits here. These come out and you can put different screw elements in and then add them to the case and stuff, or rad if you choose to do so. And this has got PWM cable, slightly, that's about 35 centimeters long. Yes, I am a human ruler. And yes, this is really quiet. And shh, be quiet. So we've got these little triangle cutouts for the power supply shroud. Now this shroud looks really nice. It's like galvanized metal, and it's sprayed on, and it looks like from a distance it looks like a flip or pearlescent white. It looks pretty cool. But anyway, you got that all on the side there, and then you've got the standoff which holds the motherboard. That's a nice little addition to have on there. I love the fact that it's got the Be Quiet logo and it's nicely there. This is just like really quite cool for your SSDs to be mounted on one side, then cover up with the cables on this side. Then another SSD right there. But on the back, got 7 expansion slots. Motherboard, kind of like exactly the same as the other previous generations. We've got a rectangle cutout as well to put SSDs on the back as well. We've got a few cutouts at the top so you can put your EPS or your 4-pin or 8-pin connection cables go at the top. It's quite decent length, thickness. It's about this decent, well, it's about, basically, if you had like quite a few cables, it would fit in there, no problem, especially with the new motherboards that are needing more voltage. And then you've got like a little cart there, and then you've got this nice little flex, gives it a bit more durability to get your 24-pin and your USB 3 or your Type-C cables coming out on the side, or your eSATA power connectors for your drives and all that. That's really quite cool. And then on the back, obviously 7 expansion slots, and then you've got like a slot holder there, and you need some proper strength to get this out. And you've got a 120mm that you can put on there with a fan, and you've got a 140 there as well. You've got the bracket as well for the power supply, and this looks like it's nicely covered in paint, so that's cool. And then it's got not Velcro, what's it called, foam, and it's stopped the vibrations of the power supply depending on the power supply you use. Normal power supplies these days are quite quiet depending on what you're going to buy and stuff. Let's take off the other side panel, we'll get to the top in a minute. Oh nice, these are captive foam screws, and then we've got foam in here as well. This is 2mm thick, and this is to dampen the sound. Obviously it will carry a bit of heat. It depends on what you're going for. Are you going for a super quiet computer, or are you going for a super cool computer? Then on the side panel you should receive this as well, which is your filter for the top, and this is magnetic, and this is quite a cool little addition to have. So it's magnetic right here and there and there and there. And then it's got this metal chicken wire that's really flat and smooth. It might be a bit restrictive sometimes though. Got a Be Quiet logo there. That looks awesome. This is what I was talking about, the bracket here, and this is for your SSDs to like be mounted on. So you can take that off. And it's metal, and it feels a little bit more reinforced because obviously it's got a little folds in the actual metal to make it a little bit more solid. And then we've got cutout points. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We've got 15 cable point tie-off points, and we can also put a retention bracket on the back here, no problem whatsoever. It's big enough to obviously put AIO or custom auto cooling or CPU air cooling. This is where you can put your power supply in and everything like that. I'm going to get one of Be Quiet's power supplies in a minute. That's brand new, that's only just come out as well, to see what the length is with that. And if you've got mechanical hard drives, you're still old school, you can put it in the bottom here, and you can put 2 mechanical hard drives there. I can't see any trays unless there's a tray in here. Dun, 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 dun. And you get some cable ties, and you also get a standoff screw thing. So that's pretty cool for this price. That's decent. You get some foam at the bottom to add your power supply on, and you get a filter at the bottom as well, and it goes all the way through. So chicken wire and a bit of plastic and stuff, but it's like decent plastic. That's cool. And you've got rubber feet at the mat at the bottom. Gives you about 1.5 centimeters off the ground. That's really good. And then you've got like adjustable bits for the mechanical hard drive, so you can also take this out and move it. And these have got captive screws on, it seems, so I like that. Now if I want to move it, then obviously I've got to move it like so, and I can move it to here. So I've just moved it out of the way, so to give myself more room. And then I can move it back and then screw it down. That's really quite cool. In fact, it looks like I can move it quite far actually. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 holes there, so you've got enough room to obviously do that. Then we've got a DC connector at the front. I wish they would have added PWM. It would have made it more stand out compared to other case manufacturers, because there's a real There's a real like competition at the moment for the price point, between £70 and £80 for this case. Actually, this case is 84, I think, because it's white. If it was the black one, it would be slightly cheaper. You got more. You got this as well for your SSDs. It's obviously move about in. I really do like this. So you can take this off as well, and it's gone. So I'll put that down there. Oh, why does all manufacturing companies do that? HD audio. Just cover the damn thing. Just cover it over. That's all I ask. Anyway, flat cable for the USB 3. And then for your I/O, you got that all done as well. And that's nice and flat. So you got loads of decent room for cable management. You got 2 finger width room. I repeat, 2 finger width room at the back for cable management. And a decent bit for your power supply. Now let's talk about the top. Let's talk about the front first. So, actually, let's talk about the front. The front looks very minimalistic. So this is a little sticker to make sure that it doesn't scratch the logo on there. It's so minimalistic. We're going Apple vibes right here. You've got this brushed plastic aluminium look on the front with these nice folded down edges to give it a little bit more of a design look and to stand out a bit more, which I totally agree. No Type-C, ladies and gentlemen, but we've got 2 USB 3s, got a power button, microphone jack and a headphone jack, both 3.5mm jacks. They'll probably start disappearing soon, like they are disappearing on phones, because most people are trying to connect through Wi-Fi, not Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and if you can get decent Bluetooth that doesn't sound like it's dubbed when you're doing video editing, they'll move from this. Anyway, at the top, look how easy that was. This is magnetic, nice, clean, got the triangle look all the way through with this aggressive design. It's not too aggressive, but it's a very like aggressive design in a sleek design. Anyway, you got all the slots right there, and then all the triangle bits there all cut out so you can really get some filter for some air going through. Obviously, there's no filter at the front there for an intake, but we do have side vents like we normally do with all the other Be Quiet cases. So they kept to that. So I'll pull the front off. I can't even pull the front off. There we go. No cables attached to it. You've got 2mm, maybe 3mm thick dampening at the front. So that's nice. And then we've got like a little filter box at the bottom there. If you want to try and clean that, you can do that. And you can clean the filters on the side there as well if it gets dusty. We do have a free, that looks cool as well, don't it? So you can have like your 140 down the bottom there. It's a shame they could have made this case slightly bigger, but this is more of a medium-sized case. And for that price point, you're getting so much for your money. So, is this case for you? Well, of course it's for you. Why is it for you? Because it's coming in that price point, which is clearly quite good. If you can't afford the white one with an extra £10, then go for the black one. The black one doesn't have the orange accents, the white one doesn't have an orange accents, and the charcoaly grey one doesn't have the orange accents. It's kind of like they've moved away from that and made it look very clean and sleek, and that's how we like it. Now, I like the fact for this price point you get tempered glass. Yeah, and the tempered glass is quite see-through and stuff. Well, I like sometimes when it's really dark and then you get that really pungent, like punchy colour like coming through to the tinted glass. But I also do like it when it's very clean and clinically clean, like this case looks. It's very like sprayed really nicely. It's got a black bit accent at the top. I would have preferred it if the whole case was completely white and the fans as well had like a rubber bit that was completely white to go with the fans. And it's a bit nuts though that you've got to buy the fans separately and it doesn't come with a case with white fans, but it comes with black fans, even though it marks really well with, or works really well with the black accent here and the black fans as well. But I would have personally liked it all to be white. Then the good thing about it is that you got radiator gloriness. So you could have like a 140 at the top, a 120 at the top, a 240 at the top, and then you could have, what can we have, a 120, a 140, a 240, a 280, a 360, all at the front, and then at the back a 120 and a 140, but you got no adjustment. But do you really need that adjustment? Say that if I was buying Be Quiet stuff, and obviously there's a CPU clearance, I think, of 190 millimeters as well from the window. There's no problems with any beefy graphics cards on the back here. Everything looks like it fits really well. Now I'm definitely going to do a build in this, so you can come back and check out my next video, and hopefully I'll have the motherboard ready. Something a little bit more the price point, something a little bit more cheaper, but more towards Ryzen and stuff, but getting the performance, because look where we are today, 2019. We're getting beautiful cases. This is probably one of my favorite cases out of Be Quiet. I'm not going to lie. I really do like it. And it hasn't even got RGB. But then you got RGB with your motherboards. You get RGB with your fans. Not these fans. But if you're a person that don't want RGB 24/7 or want to pay for that premium, you don't have to. It's still going to be a very sexy looking case without RGB. And it just shows that we don't need RGB everything. But sometimes we need RGB in our life. Sometimes. If you need help, comment down below about RGB. I'll help you. Anyway, I think this is worth it. Yes. If you're a beginner, this is going to be the case for you, because it's so easy. It really is easy. It's not an easy that you because you know how. It's just easy because you know you can see where things are easy, and it's got captive screws. You have to pay a premium for captive screws. So you got all of this room for water cooling on the back, water cooling on the top, water cooling on the front. You got a shroud, you got tempered glass, you got two big fans, 140mm that are really quite quiet. You got insulation at the front, you got filters at the one filter at the bottom, you got one filter in the front. Two filters at the front on each side, and this whole case could be like for an expert as well. You can dismantle the whole case like you normally can on Be Quiet's like game, and then you've got like a standoff. It includes a standoff. It's got like it's also white as well. Who doesn't want a white case? It looks really clean and sexy. And then it's got the whole front and everything like that. It's steel, but on the front it looks like it's metal, but they've made it plastic, but it looks really stylish still. It's not aluminium. I could go on, the list can go on. It's one of the, I don't know, who can I compare it with? I could compare it with probably Fantex. Fantex are doing their thing. Fractal Design, slightly more expensive, but you get all of this kind of on that level, if you know what I mean. All the other cheaper manufacturing companies, you've got something that you can stand by and you know. In fact, before I go, I'm going to get the power supply, a Be Quiet power supply, and see what that looks like. Now, if I was to build with this computer, this is what I would use. I would use a Be Quiet Power 9, because this is the new power supply. And I would use this because it's 500 watt. It's a name that you can trust. It's sold so many power supplies. Like if you were going to get like Seasonic or something like that, I would definitely get one of these as well, because it's just sold so many power supplies. And the reason is because you've got good quality and they're very quiet. Now I've had a few power supplies from decent companies, which I'm not going to say, and they've not been very good. They've been a bit loud, where I've been using them over years and years and years. And I've been thinking it's going to start setting on fire and that. That's how bad it's been. But it hasn't set on fire because I'm still here. That's a good thing. Now, this is not a modular power supply, but it's got the EPS connector and the 24 pin, and it just shows like this case, you don't really even need modular. But if you want modular, and obviously you want to make sure it looks really nice and stuff like that. But anyway, if I put the power supply in, this is like how big this is. This is quite big compared to my head. See, look. It's quite a big power supply at 500 watts. I'm going to show you how much room that you get in there real quick before we go. And I want you guys to comment down below, follow me on Instagram and Twitter and all that sort of stuff, because you can find out what the hell's going on. Like, see, look, I'm glad, and you glad you're watching this video? Because look, I'm trying to put the power supply in there. It doesn't even go in there. It goes in the back way. There we go. And then you've got the bracket that will go on the back. But I'm just going to try and show you how much room that you would have when you've got the power supply in there. Look at that. Look at all those cables. Look at all the cable management you can have. You can put in a non-modular power supply, and look how much room you would have. Ridiculous. This case is really well thought out, and I would never think from Be Quiet, just because they ain't got RGB, they're more thinking and focusing on making cases look more approachable, and they're hitting that price point. So definitely I would have to put my hands up and then give them a round of applause. Would I buy this case? Yes, 100%. Is this case for you, whether you're an expert or beginner? Yes. Does it come with peripheral stuff? Yes. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about it. I'm going to build in there. I'm going to definitely build a computer. But I'm going to find the right price point, and then obviously the video will be up. So if you like this video, subscribe, share, follow me on all social media platforms, as I said previously. But also stay tuned and definitely hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell if you want to see the review on this. And comment down below. Definitely comment down below. I love speaking to you guys. You always comment on my other videos, but it takes ages for you to comment on like the videos that just come out. Comment on the newest video and then I'll see that first and I'll be more happier, wouldn't I? Anyway, Roger and out. Subscribe, follow me on all social media platforms. See you next one. Thanks for watching. Roger and out. Yes, gone. I'm gone.